right? But also too, man, make sure that y'all like, subscribe to this motherfucking video, man. I'm finna go ahead and get into this shit. This is Steve Harvey's life that's falling apart because of this person. I mean that's what we're hovering over. I don't know if that's what we're gonna watch, but essentially Steve Harvey is going through a relationship situation with his wife, allegedly, because these are rumors and we're not sure if it's necessarily true, but allegedly Steve Harvey's wife cheated on him with a bodyguard and the chef. I thought it was just the bodyguard, but apparently it's two niggas. I'm not sure, right? But allegedly that is what's happening, right? And so it's kind of crazy. People are talking about this shit. They're tweeting about this shit. They saying
she filed for divorce after she got caught.
Yeah.
She wants $200 million. Never in my life did I ever think that I'd be rooting for a woman to get nothing.
That is crazy. Now, I don't know if this is the truth.
If she did it, I hope she gets nothing.
I
know she won't.
Feel the exact same way, but I like to see, and this is, I like to keep this, you know how I feel, Swole. I like to keep this the same across all boards, right? I had my take on the Tory Lanez and the Megan Thee Stallion situation. I have my take on the Lizzo situation. I feel the exact same way about this. I need to see some type of proof, or something needs to come forth in which there's verification to these rumors, and then I'll be like, okay, what the fuck? But I can't say that right now because I need to see proof.
There's where it's conditional. If Marjorie cheated on Steve Harvey with their bodyguard and then proceeded to go and file for divorce and then also demanded $200 million.
That's crazy.
I hope she gets nothing. Now all of those things have to be true.
What the fuck?
Shit is crazy, nigga.
Because this is her third or fourth marriage.
Word?
And Marjorie was like notorious for like, she not trying to work. She a pretty girl. She's a very, very pretty girl. And there are some women that are professional wives.
Executive wives is what they say, right? The term.
She's not an executive. She is her job is to be a wife. Like, her job is to land the biggest fish that she can land, have his babies, and then if something better becomes available, or if this becomes inconvenient, she gonna leave this nigga and go somewhere else.
So is that where Lori gets her game from?
Yes. Yes. Like,
Probably.
everybody tries to give,
because that definitely, I mean, she's definitely falling in the exact same.
Similar,
but
not fully. Yeah.
The difference is that Lori is pretty, but she's already exposed to high quality or high value man. She has like her pick, and she's just young. Like, she's just not going to settle and get married. Marjorie was having to work her way up from the bottom, and so that's why you have to like marry this husband, take what you can, see what the next best husband is. Like, she had to climb to get into the A-list dating arena.
She was climbing husbands.
Yes. And,
like Kim.
And Lori was already there. Yes.
Kim
was married before?
Yes.
No, I don't know if she was married.
Kim was married.
But I do know she had to fuck her way to the top.
I know she had
Kim
different
was
boyfriends, but
and pregnant with Kanye's baby. And was married
to
her
someone
husband
else
before, yes.
Oh.
And was pregnant with Kanye's baby.
Oh, really?
And the Kardashians had money, but they didn't have social status. So, like, to people who are rich, they want to become celebrities. And then on top of that, in your celebrity, you're kind of able to build on your rich. But yeah, like, Kim definitely, like, she's been through basketball players, Ray J. Like,
for sure. That I know about. Football players, Reggie Bush.
I knew she dated a bunch of folks like that. Yeah,
without a doubt.
I didn't know this about Marjorie though.
Men for a reason.
Yeah.
Nope. All right. Here's this. Right. So, with Marjorie specifically, I think that it's coincidental that this is happening to Steve Harvey because he made Think Like a Man, right? Now, his whole thing, right, and this is part of the reason why Steve Harvey was kind of like looked at as somebody that kind of just did everything. Now, I'm not saying that you have to treat your wife with the utmost respect. You need to make sure that you treat your wife like the queen that she is, and you have to make sure that you treat your wife great. You must do that. But it looks as though, from what Steve Harvey is saying, based off of what he is saying, that he was going a little bit OD with the situation. And so niggas, and I've seen it, it's been tweeted, niggas have been saying, you see what happens when you go OD, when you do all the etceteras, and now what she does is she takes advantage of when you go OD. And so she cheats, and now she want to get a divorce. Now she want $200 million and whatever. Like now, and that's what happens when you go OD and you just let whatever the situation happens to you in your relationship, and you just let the woman do whatever the fuck and say whatever the fuck. And now this is what happens. I've seen tweets in which that's where it happens, and that's what people have said. Now, we got to see what happens, because I'm not necessarily sure if this is true, right? But if this did happen, Steve Harvey, my guy, I love you. You're a great comedian. I think you are a phenomenal person. I actually took a lot of your quotes that you said too, my nigga. I ain't gonna cap. In your interviews, I applied it to how I move in life or whatever the situation might be. But my nigga, if this is indeed true, my bro,
I don't think this undercuts everything you said. I think that this just goes to show that you can't give everything to the wrong person, because he should give her everything, but she should also be giving her everything, and you need to be in an equally emotionally yoked situation.
I agree.
Not saving. I would call her like the equivalent. That's the equivalent of someone successful, like wanting to marry an Instagram model. Like, her job is to secure someone rich, right? And look good.
Yes.
And so that's what you got. Like, that's the substance of the partner that you chose.
Correct.
Now, this is just saying if all of this is true about Marjorie. If all of this is true about Marjorie, as far as what she did, then essentially what Steve Harvey did was marry someone because of her looks, because that's what they talk about when he first saw her. He was struck by how she looks. Right. And then, like,
that's in regards to every man, though.
Right, but like, there has to be other things beneath the looks.
Right. I agree.
And if you are not careful as a man in selecting a good partner,
can't get caught up in attractiveness.
You might be giving your all, your heart, or, you know, if he views her as someone that he has to like earn, right? Or like, oh, I need to make sure that I keep making my money to keep my wife happy. Like, if that's the type of partner that you have, a move the goalpost type of woman where I'm always having to, you know, make sure that I'm good enough for her, then like, that's what you're like, you picked that.
So here's the thing in reference to what I was saying earlier, right? This Think Like a Man was, I believe, covering not only in his relationship with the woman that he's with, but I'm talking about this covers the basis of all women, and like what you need, how you need to court women, how you need to date women, what you need to do in reaction to how she reacts to specific things whenever when you know what I'm saying? Right.
But it's important to select
the right partner. But I'm saying, because it was that in general principle that he's going to do that for not only the person that's good for him, but he's going to do that for the person that's bad for him as well, which is where his downfall is at. He should have did that with somebody that was equally yoked, that was giving him the exact same energy that he was giving her, and that's how it should have happened. And so that's why I'm saying, because he came with those general principles and those standpoints is the reason why he got himself in the situation, if it happened, why he's at where he's at right now. And I feel as though that when you do have the right woman for you, or when you do have the right relationship for you, that's not gonna happen. This type of shit is not gonna happen, period. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what I hold Steve Harvey accountable for, my guy. I get what you were saying, and I completely understand. And then also, too, we've talked about this with the whole demonetization of Fresh and Fit or whatever the situation is. As I've healed and as I realized, like, these niggas were just on some fugazi, some weird shit, and how they just talk down on women and how they just be, like, just castrating women and saying all the et ceteras and the negatives about them. I had to stop watching them because they was on some extra out bullshit. And that's what I realized. But then at the same time, too, you cannot, and I repeat, you cannot give what you give to these women out here that aren't for you how you would treat somebody that is for you, because they're going to take advantage and they're going to fuck your life up. If this is true. But we don't know it is, though. Swole, how do you feel?
I feel like y'all hit most of the points that need to be hit.
We hit it on the head?
For the most part. But was Think Like a Man for women, or was it for men as well?
It was technically
both
geared towards women, but both men usually ended up watching it because women.
But it's geared towards. It's geared towards. I haven't read the book. But it's geared towards women, though, for sure, without a doubt.
Even with that being geared towards women, you would think he would have the ability to select better if this is true. But I was just looking up how long they had been married. They've been married for 16 years, and that kind of poses the other question: like,
if it's geared towards women, if it's geared towards women, if it's geared towards women, I don't think that would give him the ability to select better.
I think it would.
How?
If you can tell women how they should act, you know how they shouldn't act for you.
No, I think what Keen is probably saying is, like, his advice is to women because he understands men. He doesn't necessarily understand women.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that's foolish.
Yeah, he's giving women, that's like how the movie opens up. He's giving women the playbook to pick men and be able to evaluate the different types of men. And in that, he kind of categorizes some women as far as, like, you know, single moms, or like women who are their own men, or women who are ex-hoes, trophies, like that type of things. He does some generalizations as far as categorizations of women, but at the end of the day, Steve Harvey understands men, and I think that he looks at most women in a more benevolent light, and he does not, like, he doesn't necessarily look at, like, the dark side of women that has emerged over time. I don't think that he really evaluates that. I really feel like he looks at women as needing help navigating men in relationships.
Okay, well, valid. Which makes sense. What's going on with that?
Which kind of, I don't want to look at this as him being oblivious, because I don't think that's the case. But maybe that is the case, because
Marjorie might just be nefarious.
That's true too.
Like, you know, like, she just, if she did what she did, that would just mean that she is just someone who's just trying to, you know,
take advantage.
Yeah, take advantage of someone who literally would give her the moon if he could.
Right.
16 years though? That's crazy to me. Like, after 16 years,
these niggas, but gang, these niggas be in sex. Okay, go ahead.
You've experienced this with Steve Harvey for 16 years. Like, you know, you probably not finna do better than Steve Harvey. Like, if this is your job, is to be a wife and catch, like, don't fuck it up. My fault.
Let me.
Why would you fuck it up? That's stupid.
It's crazy. And that's why I said, if she cheated, and filed for divorce, and asked for $200 million, I hope she gets nothing.
That's wild. That's because so wild. It sounds
stupid.
Fake.
You are stupid. Even if you did cheat, I don't know, relationship therapy. You crying for your man back. You are on the floor.
Oh God.
Not being belligerent and filing for divorce and demanding $200 million. Why would you file for divorce after you the problem?
That sounds so
that
crazy that it doesn't sound real.
That's why I'm hoping that it's fake, because if she did do this
might be stage 2.
This might be a rollout.
This might be a rollout. That nigga Steve Harvey getting ready to come out with a new show, nigga. Hey, yo. It might be a fucking rollout.